think my friends do a really good job here in Idaho. I have two friends that do a super job. But on the big shows, you know, the kind of the all-star Big John McCarthy, you know, he started out with the UFC and stuff. He's a great guy. He hasn't done as much lately, but I always liked him from the beginning. But nowadays, the person that's probably out there the most is Herb Dean. I'm a big fan of him. I like him for a lot of different reasons. He commands respect. I think he does a good job. But he's a perfect example of the referees. You can't win for losing as a referee. And here's the deal. There's somebody who's very big time in the martial arts world, very visible, and somebody asked him, what do you think of Herb Dean? You know, and he says, I think he's the best referee except those two crappy, and I think he used a different word, decisions he did on, and he names off two different ones, right? Well, I've talked to another friend here I refereed with for years and years and years, and we both agree, you know, you're always going to have a few people not like a couple of your decisions because you are trying to look out for the safety of the fighter, and a lot of times you're right there and they're not. So, and again, we're doing hundreds of fights. Herb Dean's done hundreds of fights, and here's a guy that says he's best referee except these two. And refereeing, that's a pretty good deal. If you can name off a few that you're not happy with the referee, but all the rest of them you're good with, you got a dang good referee. Herb Dean, he's a good one. Big John, he's another good one too. So those are my favorite referees, and I look up to them, and they both have done a good job over the years. And I'm probably going to disagree with one of their decisions too, but guess what? I wasn't right there looking at the fighter, and that's not my call. So, and they got a tough job. So there you go. There's my two favorites. Thanks. Well, there we go for this installment of Ask an MMA Referee for Submissions 101. Hope you enjoyed some of the answers. It was great for me because I actually was going to videotape this down right in front of the cage because I did some fights tonight, and it just was too dang noisy. You would have never heard any of the answers. So, and the exciting part was tonight for me as a MMA referee was the fights went really good. They were great fights, and one of the teams that showed up to fight was Lion's Den, which is Ken Shamrock, who's kind of a Hall of Famer for the UFC, and he was also there. And this is the second time he's been here at Idaho with a couple of his fighters and his teams, and he just couldn't be a nicer guy. He always asks a few additional questions of me about the rules, and which I really encourage that because I want people to know exactly how I'm going to officiate and how the rules are here. And he's just a great guy, and can't say enough. So anyway, until next time for Submissions 101, Scott Marker. Put your questions on Submissions 101 or on YouTube and ask away, because I really love it. I've done this for years and I have a passion for it, and I encourage your questions. Hey, thanks a lot.